there's a couple things that I don't leave without. Feels like I'm trying to be like a 25-year-old Boy Scout, but I have this like a fixed blade Gerber knife. Just something simple. We talked to a couple different people and every single one of them was like, the moose are so aggressive, you might run into a bear, you know, elk. So ever since I have been carrying this knife, I don't even really know what I would do with it. A moose is like what? A couple thousand pounds. That's kind of what I carry, you know, all the time whenever at least when we're boondocking for sure. The elevation in Illinois where we live is probably like a couple hundred feet, maybe. But when we moved from Pine Valley, California, awesome little town, and it sits at around, I think around like 4,000 feet. But until I'm breathing hard, we have been camping minimum 7,500 feet in elevation. It feels like we're breathing through a straw.
So we moved campsites this morning. This is actually our third campsite in the Pike National Forest. Come on, baby. What'd you find?
Pine cones.
Wow. Me and Eleanor are foraging in the woods. We're looking for some pine needles, which is obviously very easy to find. Some pine resin. Actually, I read that almost the entire pine tree is edible, which is really cool, but there's a lot of health benefits to pine needles. They're high in vitamin C and antioxidants. It boosts your immune system. It helps with like heart disease, and there's just so many benefits. So we're gonna go find some pine needles and make some pine needle tea. Pine resin actually has a lot of benefits. You can melt it down to create like a salve for wounds. It's very anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, which is super cool. Some of it might be hardened, but that's okay. You can melt it down when you boil it. So right here is a big glob. Pull it off the tree like that. Oh yeah, that's sticky. But we got it. Come here, you want to pick some?
I do want to pick some.
Oh, we got it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty, Ellie? What'd you find?
I found something.
What'd you find?
A big one.
What is it called?
Blackberry.
Pine resin.
Pine resin.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick it?
Can you pick it?
I did not.
Try really hard. Did you get it?
I did not.
What is that?
What's your name, pine cone?
So you can identify pine trees based on the number of needles in a cluster. A white pine has 5 needles in a cluster, a red pine has 2 needles in a cluster, and yellow pines have 3. This one's a perfect example. It's got that brown tip on the end. That brown tip on the end is how you identify a cluster, and then how many needles are in that cluster tells you what kind of pine it is. So this one has 3 needles, which makes it a yellow pine. So today has been a doozy. We are really in the mountains, so it's hard to find things around here. Normally you can get water at like truck stops or rest areas. We went to so many different places. We talked to so many different people. We have been looking far and wide for a water spigot. We finally found one at fire station. Silas went in and asked the guy and he said it's cool.
It's all good now. Thank you, Platte Canyon Fire Department. We're gonna get some water here.
I just peeked in here and Eleanor's sipping my coffee. That's my coffee. Hey, is it good?
Yeah. Choo choo. Choo choo. Choo choo.
So we are currently leaving the Pike National Forest. We've been here since Monday. It is now Saturday and we are just heading into the Colorado Springs area. Gonna get supplies and do some work, find a Walmart, get some Wi-Fi. Why are we on the side of the road right now?
We're on the side of the road right now. Our burners just constantly rattle. Sounds like a snare drum when we're driving. So We lift up the stove part and then put a towel underneath it on top of the burners so that it deadens the sound of the rattle. It's the worst.
If any RVers have a tip for getting rid of the rattling stovetop noise,
Comment, please tell us.
yeah.
Look. My hand, Mom. Come on. Son. Come on. Come. Where your food got eaten? Did I hear the sea?
Chunky boy, hi. Hi, buddy. Which one do you want? What? That's so big, Ellie. Oh. How's it? Hey, buddy. Hey, chunky boy.
So right now we're at a little donut shop called the Donut Mill in Woodland Park. Pretty sure home to Pikes Peak. Right now we're sitting at like mid 8,000 feet in elevation. These donuts are glorious.
Your eyes are glorious right now. They're so blue.
Stop. All right, so today we are doing errands running. So right now I'm in a laundromat. Only a couple people in here, but we're doing laundry right now. We're gonna replenish some groceries later. We let Eleanor run her little heart out at a playground earlier, and now it's time to just get some work done.
Today's Sunday. This morning we went to church in Colorado Springs called Springs Church, I think. So we found this really cool gas station. It's called Maverick. It's called like Maverick Adventure's First Stop Maverick. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. It has diesel for our RV. It has a free dump station and also free water. The water's not drinkable, which is kind of a bummer. It's kind of loud right next to a busy road. Else is gonna wrap that up. We're gonna go get some water and then head out to the mountains. So we made it to our camping spot. We have an incredible view of Pikes Peak though. We've had a great week so far. Colorado is still insane. This week we're gonna be hanging out with some family members that also happen to be in the Colorado Springs area during this time. Then we are off towards like the San Juans. For now, I truly don't even know where we are. I don't know what national forest we're in, but